What you're about to learn are 3 rules that high-value men never break. The sooner you start following them, the sooner your life could change forever. Every guy out there is always asking himself one simple question. What is the secret? A typical guy who hasn't had much luck with girls sees another guy who often does, and he'll wonder, what's that guy's secret? When we see other men who are more successful than ourselves in pretty much anything in life, we often ask, what does he know that I don't? When you finally discover that secret, either on your own or from someone telling you, everything starts to change. Number 1, value your attention. Whether you realize it or not, our world actually runs on attention. You could argue that attention is the most valuable currency out there. In a world where everyone is always on their phones, billions of people are constantly competing for a person's attention. Many guys have emailed me asking why a girl at their school flirts with them so much but never takes it any further. They ask, why do girls bother to flirt if they never really liked me to begin with? Here's something you have to understand. Both girls and guys love attention, but girls probably love it even more than men. That's why some girls flirt or say vague, ambiguous things just to make you think they like you, even if they never did and never will. It's like casting a fishing line into the ocean just to catch a fish for the sake of catching it. You knew from the start you wouldn't keep the fish, but you still cast the line just to see if you could. Oftentimes, girls do the same thing with men. They act like they like you just to see how easy it would be to seduce you. Many stereotypical players or men do this too, but when men do it, 9 times out of 10 it's because they actually want to catch their fish. When girls do it, it often comes down to one thing, attention. As men, we have a limited amount of attention each day, and if we want to be successful, we need to direct that attention toward things that will get us the best results. Most girls rarely give their attention away freely because they understand what it's worth to your average guy. Simply put, they know their attention has great value. Men all over the world are constantly fighting to get attention from girls. More often than not, many men don't value their own attention. They give it away freely to girls who might not even like them, and in doing so, they end up looking like every other man who has nothing going on, like a desperate man chasing attention. Every time a girl casts a line into the ocean, she might catch an average of 15 fish. When a guy casts a line, he might be lucky to catch only 1 or 2. The reason? Girls tend to value their attention more and are far more selective about which men they give it to. Attention is the most valuable currency we have. So rather than being like every other guy who has nothing going on, it's better to direct your attention toward your purpose, your goals, and things that will improve your life instead of constantly giving it away to females. Number 2, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. If you look at any Hollywood movie where there's a masculine, super attractive, incredibly slick character, they all have one thing in common: purpose. Take Kratos, the respected Spartan warrior. After being tricked by Ares, the god of war, into accidentally killing his entire family, Kratos sets out on a mission to destroy Ares and avenge his family. Without that strong purpose, there would be no point to the game. Sure, slaying monsters is fun, but in the beginning, when you see what happens to his family, you feel like you lost your family. Suddenly, it feels like your purpose is to help Kratos find and defeat Ares and avenge his family. Girls will always try to pull us away from our purpose because they want to make sure we don't make them our purpose. There is nothing less attractive to a girl than a man who makes her his entire purpose in life. Men feel fulfilled not when sitting around doing nothing, but when chasing their purpose, goals, or passion. Right now, your purpose might be to start making some money. Once you do that, it might be to make more money. Later, your purpose might change to something that doesn't even involve money. Whatever it is, the purpose of life is to have a purpose and to help others. When you're focused on your purpose, you're not chasing girls or giving your attention away freely. That's what makes a man incredibly attractive. This is how high-value men behave. Sure, it probably helps that James Bond is good-looking, but at the end of the day, girls are attracted to Bond not because he drives a slick Aston Martin, but because he has a purpose. And in most cases, that purpose is as exciting as saving the entire world from nuclear destruction. Your purpose doesn't have to be that dramatic to earn respect. I know you've heard this before, but it's so important it's worth repeating. Don't chase girls, chase your purpose. Number 3, there's always more. The main thing that sets alphas apart from men who don't have as many options is their mindset, how they view things. Imagine a girl shows interest in you. How would you react? Most guys jump at the opportunity because they believe they might never find another girl who shows interest in them again. Think about that. The difference between a man who women chase and a man who chases women is mindset, scarcity, or abundance. A man who chases women views things from scarcity, believing there's not enough to go around. Many women perceived to be highly valuable tend to be picky, not just with men but also friends, business deals, and many other things in life, because they know they can always find better options. One of the most powerful things a man can do is to truly believe that there is always more. More money, more women to choose from, better friends. A man with a scarcity mindset is the same guy who settles for whatever he can get after casting his line into the ocean. If you believe you're stranded on an island, you'll take whatever comes your way, and desperation shows in your behavior. When buying a new car, you know there will always be other options and better deals. There are literally billions of women in the world, so why not be selective? Once you realize there are other options, you don't have to be desperate. This way of thinking flips the script and makes you come off as a more attractive, high-value man. Most women almost never settle for the first fish that bites the line, so why should you? The things that have changed my life in almost every case were a matter of perspective or a simple change in how I looked at things. At the core of every man is a set of beliefs that shape how we view the world. Guys who succeed where others fail don't always have some huge physical advantage. Most of the time they just have a different belief or way of seeing things. Imagine if Kratos never believed he could find and defeat Ares. He wouldn't have even tried. Most high-value men don't have massive physical or material advantages, but what they do have is something far more powerful. A different way of looking at things, their beliefs.